One of the concepts that we need to look at is this idea of positive and negative emotions. These are terms that are used widely, and indeed they're used by psychologists and people working in the field of emotional intelligence from time to time. Emotion is a complex state of feeling, resulting in physical and physiological changes that influence our thought and our behaviour. Emotions are controlled through interactions within the amygdala and hippocampal complex, which are parts of the limbic system within our brains. This part of our brain is often referred to as the emotional brain. It has no language processing capabilities. It's the neocortex, the thinking part of our brains, that assigns a label to an emotion. Emotions are emotions. We experience them for a reason, and they contain vital information. We can't really put a judgment on emotions as to whether they're positive or good, or whether they're negative or bad. Emotions have developed over centuries, over eons, through evolutionary processes as a survival mechanism. They serve us well, as long as we work with them effectively. It's not the emotion that is positive or negative, it's the thought process and the behaviour that this provokes that requires the label. An emotion leads us to behave in a certain way. If it leads us to behave in a way that causes annoyance and upset to others, then that is the important thing that we should focus on. Happiness is often referred to as a positive emotion. It suggests a state that we should all aspire towards all the time. But it's not an appropriate emotion to show at a solemn occasion, such as a funeral. Also, happiness will limit us in our ability to communicate effectively, to negotiate well, and to make critical decisions. Happiness can encourage riskier behaviours, encourage us to take shortcuts and to lead us to making more mistakes. So-called negative emotions such as anger, sadness or fear have physiological effects and can be used in positive ways. We experience them for a reason. Anger can be used in a positive way to right a wrong and to overcome an injustice. We can use it to stop something bad from happening to other people. Anger also makes us more attentive and careful in our thinking and to motivate us at certain times. Sadness is experienced as part of a bereavement. This is an emotion that can be expressed positively at solemn occasions. It allows us the chance to come to terms with our loss, to be thankful, and then to move on. Fear is often termed a negative emotion, but it stops us from taking unnecessary risks, like walking across a busy road without looking. Also, if it's such a negative emotion, why do we get so much pleasure from horror films and scary movies? So, the important thing to remember is not to label emotions as positive or negative, but look to focus on the behaviour and the outcome of that emotion and look at those as being positive or negative. The way that you use your emotions drives the way that you act and make decisions, and drives your emotional intelligence.